China's President Xi Jinping is in France, where he's expected to sign energy and other contracts with his French counterpart Emmanuel Macron. Xi is en route from Italy, which just became the first G7 nation to sign up to China's Belt and Road Global Infrastructure Initiative. Mr. Macron is pushing for a united EU strategy toward China, and Germany's Angela Merkel and EU Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker will join Xi and Macron for an impromptu summit on Tuesday. Earlier, I spoke to EU-China expert Jonas Parello-Plessner of Rasmussen Global in Copenhagen for more about what Mr. Jinping is hoping to get out of his visit to Europe.
Well, he wants, of course, to promote China. And in particular, of course, this Chinese project of the Belt and Road, which he managed in Italy to get the Italians to sign up to. But where it's a different case with France that rather wants to sort of show a united European front and is working to, and therefore has included, as you mentioned, Chancellor Merkel and the Commission President Juncker in his talks with Xi on Tuesday to say it's not just France's demands that's on the table, but the whole of Europe.
And can you give our viewers a sense of why Emmanuel Macron might want closer ties with China, but also to keep them at arm's length?
Well, of course, I mean, China is also a big business for Europeans. It's both on investments, it's on trade and export. So in all these matters for France and for all European countries, China matters increasingly. But what has become increasingly clear is also that China has not reciprocated in the same way to sort of EU demands with openness on, and has kept on subsidies and technology transfers. So increasingly there is also a sort of worry about that trade with China and investment will continue to be very unbalanced. And then there's the question of sort of political and security risk, which were very much at stake with the question of Huawei, whether the Chinese telecom provider by being allowed into European 5G networks would also pose, for example, a security risk.
And as you can see from the live pictures coming through, the two leaders are just meeting right now. And one more question, what are the European leaders hoping to secure? Are they in a stronger position given the tensions between China and the US?
I mean, I think the US trade war with China is a little bit of a backdrop of showing that you can put tougher demands to China. And so the Europeans are a little bit in their own version without tariffs, like Trump trying the same thing now, telling the Chinese it's fine, but we also need some concessions from you guys in order for this trade and investment relationship not to be too unbalanced. And that's really part of what Macron is putting on a stage, both for himself as France, but also for Europe as a whole.